Did you know that roughly 4% of Americans hunt wild game for protein? What of the fact that 4.76% of adult deaths are caused by alcoholism and alcohol poisoning? These two activities, eating wild protein and excessive drinking, are part of the 10 lifestyle choices that need changes for those with high uric acid levels. Let us get into the list. Number 10. Organ meat. The organs of the animal may be the favorite of most people. The liver, kidney, and offal have a huge place in the modern Western diet. Swipe these for some white fish or white meat and neutralize the uric acid levels. If you are entertaining organ meat, you might be in the wild game. These are also high uric acid level foods, and these are not foods that you should be consuming if you want to mitigate the risk of uric acid and potential gout. We will share more details with you later. Number 9. Saturated fats. Aside from organs, saturated fats also cause a rise in uric acid. Is it gout? The pain in your big toe and reddish swelling should not be dismissed. If you have been eating saturated fatty foods, your chances of having a high uric acid food illness like gout are intense. For instance, if you eat high-fat dairy products in your diet, you can be in the high-risk bracket for high uric acid levels. Consume the opposite of high dairy products, low dairy products, and saturated fats in cooking. Use cooking oil like olive oil, which has beneficial properties and nourishes the body. Number 8. Wild game. Wild game in the forest has a special diet instead of those domesticated. Surprisingly, only 4% of the U.S. citizens hunt. Do you know someone who hunts and eats wild game? What makes the activity attractive and better than eating frozen meat? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments below. These wild proteins in the wild are eating the red meat that should be avoided. Therefore, antelope, bush rats, and guinea pigs are all on non-uric acid-friendly diets. Instead, you should eat white meat with 2 feet like a bird. Number 7. Processed foods. Processed foods, supplements, and refined carbs are the diet of the everyday modern person. These processed foods are the leading dietary cause of obesity, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. If you are watching your uric acid levels, we have a list of foods to avoid. First, avoid baked goods, chips, crackers, and frozen meals. Then avoid candy and fizzy drinks too. In addition, ice cream is not the best treat while maintaining uric acid levels. Yeast is another culprit of high uric acid levels. It works the same way processed food does. Give up beer and bread if you are hoping to make it out of the high levels of uric acid. We will shed more light on that later. Limiting these foods will improve your overall well-being and enhance your organ functions. Number 6. PURINE-HIGH foods. If you have not already subscribed, this is your chance. We are only halfway through the list, but you can tell that we have what it takes to hold your attention. High purine vegetables can posture as foods that reduce your uric acid level. Research shows that vegetables with a purine content may not trigger deficiencies on the go. Spinach, cauliflower, peas, beans, and lentils are all responsible for increasing uric acid levels. Mushrooms and broccoli may be the opposite. Red bell peppers are also considered an excellent dietary correction for many high uric conditions, including gout and hyperuricemia. These vegetables can neutralize your uric acid levels. Now, before you run off to stock up on your psychedelic mushrooms, we are talking about the fungus. Go ahead and stop the narcotics. It is the reason for all the hallucinations. Like right now, as you think that pills fit in the category of food. Try managing your weekly intake to a minimum if you must eat these foods. Overeating is the brainchild of all complications. They might be excellent for your system, but they could become deadly. Number 5. Sugary foods. Of course, sugar is bad for everyone, regardless of the situation. Notwithstanding, sugar and fructose-sweetened drinks are critical to the rate of uric acid in the body. No sugar-filled beverages and homemade drinks with excess sugar are helpful for the bloodstream, blood sugar, or blood pressure. On the other hand, many take this to switch to diet drinks. Kindly desist from those because they are not necessarily healthier. Instead, try drinking sparkling water with a pinch of a fresh lemon squeeze. It helps with weight loss, one commonly associated characteristic that increases uric acid. Aside from sugary beverages, you might be thinking of alcohol. Suppose you assume that it is the alternative to sugary foods. It is not. Alcohol makes the body dehydrated and causes many deaths globally. We will present the facts to you later. Number 4. Red meat. Animal rights groups have many quotes they swear by. This one is helpful if you are battling high uric acid levels. A man can live and be healthy without killing animals for food. Therefore, if he eats meat, he participates in taking animal life merely for the sake of appetite. Although we are not against meat, we have to side with them on this one. Red meat is rich in purines, the ingredients that break down to create uric acid. Foods like beef should not be present in any of your meals. In contrast, chicken is safer, but should be eaten in moderation. Elsewhere, when eating out, do not forget to reject pepperoni and salami. As such, avoid eating out entirely and invest in healthy meal compartmentalization at home. Number 3. Yeasts. Most yeast and yeast extracts are high in purine. They are often listed on the packaging that contains the supplement. Yeast is found in many foods, including beer, bread, salty snacks, ready-made frozen dinners, and canned stews and soups. However, packaged foods are often too vague with the specification of their ingredients. Thus, due diligence should be applied, and the most trustworthy brands should be patronized. If you must drink, then drink wine, but not in excess. You know what? We should have attached a wine affiliate link to this video since we are advertising so hard for it. Number 2. Shellfish and seafood. Again, shellfish and seafood are as unhealthy for high uric acid patients as red meat. Fish is touted as healthy and better food than meat for non-vegans. Yet, in this scenario, that is the food that you must avoid. Avoiding seafood options include crab, shrimp, oyster, clam, and lobster. Similarly, fishes that must not make it on a high uric acid diet include anchovies, codfish, herring, mackerel, trout, and sardines. Meanwhile, some fishes have omega-3 supplements that can be healthy for uric acid levels. These fatty fish options include tuna and salmon. Altogether, prevent fish from entering your diet to be on the safer side. It is better safe than sorry. Number 1. Alcohol. Grain alcohol, hard liquor, and beer are the 3 horsemen of high uric acid alcohols. Likewise, a person who consumes too much alcohol in their bloodstream has chronic hyperuricemia. Despite a low awareness of the impact of alcohol on people, it is a huge killer. Each year, 95,000 people die in the U.S. due to excessive drinking. That is 261 deaths each day. Alcohol poisoning causes 4.76% of deaths. Therefore, it is the 3rd leading preventable cause of death globally. The average age of these people is 29 years. Alcohol should be drunk in moderation, whether your uric acid levels are high. In fact, a healthy body, higher productivity, and better social skills are robbed when one depends too much on alcohol. Instead of drinking so much, you can work out and spend some time doing good things for yourself, saving you from gout in the near future. Since you had a great time with this video on high uric acid, we can recommend one that will make you even more stunned. Did you know that you could avoid kidney disease entirely? Here are the top 8 best ways to protect yourself from any kidney diseases.